and we are almost on the water. We're not fishing, we're cast testing. I know, in the shade. I know, beard's gone. Get over it. This is a butt puckering video. Not really. We've got this little frog, and I've already wrapped up. I'm gonna try to kind of recreate what I've already done, but I used a GoPro on the chesty, and we went out here. Oh, brew tank. Watch Bass and Bombs. I quit texting me. Anyway, let me flip the script and I'll show you what we did and what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna try to recreate it and just show you guys real quick. If I should be able to recreate it, right? Or it didn't happen. Okay, throw you guys on the chesty and let's just go down by the water's edge and see what we did. So I threw them both on both different rods basically, and I'm gonna try to, instead of having to switch out and take forever, all of my live streams, all my regular videos, everything takes forever, right? Especially live streams. So we came out here and we had the Bantam and the Zillion. I started out on the 7-foot heavy, but then I also wanted to try the 6'9" medium heavy and see, so I would know, and there's something on my truck that is getting my hands all nasty. But anyway, so the ice is totally almost gone. There was more ice, but you can see the lines. I found out that I can actually cast just as far with the 6'9" medium heavy 1/2 ounce frog as I can the 7-foot heavy. But I just was kind of curious of my own, just wondering. So the Zillion is on that, and the Bantam is on exactly the way we're using it, and the settings are still right where they were in the video. But to get the full spectrum of things, you need to watch that video. It'll be out, I'll edit it, hopefully this weekend. But we're gonna put this frog back on here because I was also trying other things, and I'm gonna talk about that here briefly in this video. So, spoiler alert, I feel that I got this Bantam to go as far as I could go with the Zillion, with this frog on this rod. So, the real test was right? Yeah, pretty much. Here's, though, the thing that I don't agree with. I got the Zillion there, like, real quick. I went from 5 to 4 to 3, and we were done. And we're halfway spooled. I started out, I was trying to do it fully spooled, and the only 20-pound test line I brought was on the Zillion, and I did backlash it at 3. So fully spooled, I found that out also. The Zillion does not like, in this reel, for that matter, when you're fully spooled compared to half, you have to, fully spooled will run a tighter brake setting than halfway spooled. You can get by with it and you can get the same amount of distance, but you do have to turn the brakes down when you're half spooled. So I found I could go down once I decided to just see how far they would cast halfway spooled. So I got all that done today, and I'm going to try to show you how far this thing got. If you guys remember, right here with the Arise, and try to show you, get a good shot here where you guys can see. We're out here with the Arise and throwing to that point the chatterbait. So this frog, I'm going to try to make this cast, and I hope I don't backlash this Bantam. Because the Bantam's right there on the edge, and I'll show you where the settings are once I make a cast. Okay, so that's a touch shorter than I was making with it. But I had to get there, I started out, if you guys remember, right, throwing that little worm I talked about. I was like 2 brakes on, and I was at 3, like halfway. That's about halfway where you can go. But in order halfway spooled, I had to go all the way down to 1 brake on, and that's number 3. And the Zillion is set up on number 3. And that's where they liked it, with this 1/2 ounce frog with a, whoa, on the rod. And the other rod didn't seem to matter anyway on the Zillion anyway. I didn't put this reel on the Zillion. So let's see if anybody watching. 2 of you guys are watching. Somebody will watch later on though. So anyway, let me try one more cast here. That I cast maybe down here, but I was actually getting maybe I think I was getting a few more feet earlier. Suns went down, right? Changed the wind. Actually, the wind has, we've been dealing with wind today. It's like there's wind. So I think I could go down on both reels. I could probably go to 2 if there was no wind, and I could probably dial this down between 2.5 and 3, or somewhere between 2.5 to 3 to maybe even get down to 2, but probably not, definitely not the way the wind is now. But as you can see, I'm making casts with no backlash, and it's like even almost to that point. I'd say it's maybe, and I can't explain why it's not getting, I think this reel is about a foot less than what I was getting earlier with it. Let me double check my frog, make sure he's not getting water. These frogs are good about not getting water until they get hit. Let me try that much line out. That should be, nope. Well, anyway. I'm gonna put this frog and throw the Zillion first, and I may put it back on this and try to turn the brakes down a little bit, but I don't want to lose a frog, because I want to get this on the live stream. So what the conclusion I came up with was that I can throw this frog the same on either one of these, halfway spooled, and it shouldn't make a difference. All the way spooled, it just, I should have to turn the brakes up once I fill the spool up, because the rotations, when you have half the line, it takes a higher rotating spool, basically faster to get the same distance. Does that make sense to you guys? And yes, I'm gonna shoot these guys out again. AliExpress, they've been, well, Chinese New Year, they're like not shipping stuff until probably today, tomorrow, or whenever they, up to the 27th is what it said. So let me shoot this once. Let me make sure I don't have it on anything other than 3. It should be on 3. Yeah, we're on number 3 on the setting. And so we're gonna cast it, and I'm gonna get home and get warmed up. It's starting to get cold now that sun went down. I'd swear this reel, yeah, right there with it. I'd swear this reel, at certain times when I cast hard, it starts to get a DC sound to it. I remember, if you guys remember right, I called it out to Matt. I go, did you hear that? It sounded like a DC reel. Let me try a couple more. Oh no, whoa, I gotta stop that. It was going on the bank, and I've already chased a few baits. I had to go over there and dig out those trees. So I think we do have a little bit of a breeze. It's blowing from our left to our right. And so it's definitely a little, whoa, that almost, yeah, see that just got further than the, then I could get the Bantam. I don't know if you guys can make it out. I can make it out, but I'm here on film, and especially live streams, kind of like, not like the GoPro, but I just swear, in my hands, this reel is more capable than the Bantam. Oh, Jesus, maybe not. Maybe I need to calm down. Oh God, I almost forgot I'm live streaming. Did I cast too hard? Hang on, let's try that again. Okay, now that one was right where the Bantam was, so it's about a foot shy of where we were getting. The first cast was right where we were getting in the video you'll see coming up. Now that's right there, okay. All right, so if I called it before, I'd say that this is getting a foot further than the Bantam, unless I really try, I guess, harder with the Bantam than I am. Not really harder, I guess, I don't know. Hang on, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So now we know, you guys saw, hopefully you saw, or I basically just came back and I did it again. That thing is set on 3. Nothing else is messed with, adjusted, tinkered with. back to this dude. And then I'm gonna tell you what I consider is the bad about any Shimano reel. I know you heard it. You heard me right. I didn't call it the shit mono. I call it Shimano. Because this reel is awesome. You know, and I'll tell you what I like best about this reel. Over the Zillion. What I like better about this reel than a Zillion, other than just it palms better on this. Probably palms better on any rod, but 100% palms better on the Carbonlites than the Zillion. But let me get in one more cast. Yeah, that's definitely, that's short. So let me loosen it. I had it there. I thought I was getting it. Let me go to just, you guys, I'm shaking from being cold. But what I like about this reel, this right here, and it's not even that it's free when there's no weight. I was throwing a chatterbait, and I swear there's less resistance on me reeling with this reel over the Zillion. I can feel that. Now they claim the new one is even better than this one. It almost got me wanting to buy the new one, because the reel test claims that in his, I'm saying he claims, in his testing, this doesn't cast as far as the new one, right? So, hang on, let me cast. Nope, too high. That was me. Got about the same distance, but I let go a little too soon. But he said he couldn't tell the difference in the retrieve, which I'm throwing chatterbaits, and when you start cranking a chatterbait pretty fast, you can kind of tell, and I can tell it could be that this is a 8-to-1, not a 8-5-to-1 like the Zillion. So it could be like I just need a, you know, I could have a Zillion that was 7 to whatever, and then not worry about it kind of deal. But there's just something about this reel. Definitely the retrieve feels very good. It feels a little smoother than my Zillion. Hang on. Get out there. Nope. I'm gonna go, oh boy, I don't want backlash. So, and you'll see in the video, I kind of struggled. Was I set there? Oh, you know what? I think maybe I was at 2.5. And then when I was throwing that, dude, I hit a piece of, there it goes. I was going to say, did I hit, I've been catching ice here and there and pulling it. It's been breaking up real easy. It may be starting to freeze again. Nah, it's not that cold yet. Surely it hadn't gone all the way down to, I don't know though, that sun disappears in that water, it's already close to freezing. I guess stuff can start freezing even though it's not freezing outside. I don't know how that works. Let me try another cast. There we go, that's it. I can tell by the sound. There it went. Okay, so 2.5. But you can see it start to get fluffy, like it's right there. You do not want to mess with it, trust me. I try to throw, I guess I should get it. I don't have the worm. You guys will just have to wait and see the footage, take my word for it. Here's the pluses and the negatives. So in my cast shootout right here, until I get a true thing to tell you the exact thing, like right where that ice is broke, I don't know if you can make it out there. Right where the ice is kind of, there's a seam. I hit twice there with the Zillion. I just now hit there with this, but it's getting a little like, and that's what was happening as you'll see in the footage. Like you do not want to go looser, you'll backlash. Just like with the Zillion, you do not want to go from 3 to 2. You will backlash like every time you throw as hard as you can or close to it. So the footage, the test, it's pretty much done, and it doesn't matter to me as far as if one can cast a foot or so further than the other, because that is a long cast. Like that's, in all seriousness, if I cast out there with a 7-foot heavy action rod and that hits the water, and I get a pull or two and a fish hits my frog, the chance of me actually hooking it are way lower. I'm better off to, you know, long cast, but not like as far as I can cast kind of thing. So in all seriousness, the true length of a cast isn't as important to me as, you know, ease of casting. Now this reel, for what I'm going to use it for, is fine. You know, I'm out here, I can lob this frog around. I guess I show you, you know, I can just lob something around, stop it like it doesn't flash. I can, you know, if I want to use it for you know, I could switch because this is a good rod. I could go frogging. I could rig jigs and all that kind of stuff. It'll cover all that. The thing that I think that it does better than the Zillion, like I talked about, the palming and the retrieve, it's just real smooth. So maybe this gearing, you could say the Shimano gearing is better than the Daiwa, even with the hyperdrive. But what this reel, and you'll, I'm not gonna go get the worm, but that'll give you one reason to watch the footage to like, oh, he's telling the truth. I can throw a shaky head, this thing just like it is. Well, you got to put a shaky head on. With that setting, and I was casting about half the distance to where I'm guessing we were getting out there probably 100 and, I don't know, 20 or 30. We're probably not getting as far as if you watch the real test videos, just for the fact that well, now there's no wind. Look at that. The wind just totally died. But we're not getting as far, maybe, as what he was getting in his test casting. I'm not 100% sure. That could be past 130 foot. I don't even know. But I was throwing about half that distance with a 16th ounce shaky head with Z-Man worms on it. This setting, just boom, cast it, no problem. Didn't have to change, didn't monkey with nothing, no backlashing. Shot right out there, no problem. This reel could not do it. This reel struggled. I had to turn it up to that 3, and it still, it was still like it will not make that transition as fast and as easy as this reel will. But anyway, watch that footage. Man, it's getting cold. It got cold quick. It was actually comfortable out here. I did warm my hands up a couple different times because I'm holding metal. The Zillion, it's good. This whole part of your hand won't get this fast, but they forgot that some of us palm like this. That is aluminum, and these two fingers get cold quick. And then this Bantam, the whole thing, right? It's whole 3 pieces of aluminum. That thing is cold when you're palming it. So that's one thing to keep in mind, even if you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this and that, whatever. Like I commented in one of these videos I put together with the GoPro, I'm like, I will probably, once I jump out to start fishing, won't be this weekend, but like within whatever, when that temperatures get back up, I'm probably gonna rig up that Acura for my, when it gets to the temp where I feel the chatterbait may hit, maybe the water temps are 55, but if it's a cold day, I'll probably run the Acura over either of these two, just for the fact it's all carbon, right? Or I'll probably run, yeah, the Acura and the Lingle or something. So anyway, I'm just gonna I want to give you guys a heads up. Stay tuned. I am going to be talking in a video tonight, another live stream at home when I don't have the shakes because I'm so cold. Probably talking about these reels, and I also kind of did the Lingle versus the Lingle variant with the the FTB versus the regular MagTrack style, and I may talk about that also tonight in another live stream. But anyway, I got to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. This is just the first part of testing these 2 reels out. Did this reel just like smoke it? No. This reel, if anything, definitely showed me is why more people prefer, in my opinion, Daiwa over Shimano. More people I know. Except Brew Tank. He's just out there though, right? Right? Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Get out, go bass and bonsai, whatever you do. Stay warm.